So I thought I'd make like a brief update video and talk about what happened yesterday and today really. Uh, so like yesterday I decided to go and talk to the hiding in my room guy to see if it would help my confidence in like talking to a YouTuber that I watch occasionally, but it didn't really help us, and I felt sick afterwards, and like he just awkwardly stood there with that blood bucket woman, but and as well, obviously, I just was awkward as well, and I didn't really look at them, but uh, that's happened in the past, really, where back in the UK when I was walking around town at night time, a group of drunk girls were walking in front of us, and then one of them saw us and said, "Oh, I want to talk to him," and then all of them turned around and stared at us, and then uh, like waited until I walked past them, and it was just awkward and weird. But obviously, because they uh, felt startled, obviously, so I don't know if that was the reason why, and obviously maybe it was because the Daniel Lord guy was like, "Oh, here's this twat talking to us, like why is this random guy talking to us?" Maybe it's some like weird holier than thou attitude like lots of the YouTubers have, where they said, "Oh, I won't interact with anyone if they don't have a certain subscriber count," when if I had like hypothetically like a trillion subscribers, I wouldn't really be like that. But obviously I can't really expect other people to be like that, and he got annoyed with us calling Sonny made in the live stream, even though women usually rate men lower than men rate women, and there's been lots of studies and interviews with women themselves to back up what I'm saying, and so calling Sonny average, I don't think it was really mean, really, but because I would probably rate myself maybe like a 1.5 overall, really. Like when I did my photos reviewed, I got like 4.5 at the best, I would say, and like they weren't very good, but obviously I'm short and like I'm disabled, obviously, and like my face isn't really that amazing, so I'd probably say like 1.5 really. So yeah, I think like even if I get really confident, obviously I'll struggle, but yeah. But anyway, if he does want to meet me again, it's up to him really, because I'm not really gonna run after him really, because it felt awkward really. I would say it was the second most worst thing that I've done really, and it felt really stressful. The worst thing that I've done was probably getting fired from a temporary job, hearing them through the wall deciding if they want to fire us and arguing with each other, and then 3 months later sending undercover police to my house to moan at us and rub it in and remind us why I got fired from my job. So probably that was the worst thing that happened to us really, and obviously my hair still fell out from stress and it still hasn't really grown back, but yeah, that was probably the worst thing that happened to us. But I would say yesterday was the close second really, because I just felt really ill and sick, and I just felt really awkward and don't really know why I bothered really, because everything that I do ends badly really. But yeah, anyway, I went to that Hep 5 shopping centre thing which I said about. Like I walked round there like quite a lot really, like just to find women to approach really, and there was a woman who was sitting on this like wooden boxy bench sort of thing, and like I would say like maybe like far away from her, just about to approach. Like I did like sort of, I don't know, heavy breathing like behind a wall, just to get mentally prepared to go and approach her, and I was like a few meters away from her, and then I saw what she looked like, and then I didn't bother because she was a bit fat, and I didn't really think she was that attractive, so I didn't bother, and like, yeah, I walked away really, and then I walked around a bit more, and I couldn't really, obviously she left, and then I couldn't find anyone who was like in the same place really, and like lots of people were wearing masks and stuff, and I walked around like in a loop like a moron really, like walking around constantly trying to find someone to talk to who wasn't wearing a mask really, and in the ideal situation sitting down. And then I got irritated and then went to an alleyway to like mentally prepare myself and like talk to myself, saying that, oh, you're in a moron and a wuss bag if you don't approach someone, and this is the whole reason why you came to Japan for. It wasn't really talking to that hiding in my room guy, it was just, obviously it was a naive attempt to try and get more confident, but obviously it didn't really work, so I had to mentally prepare myself in the alleyway, saying that, oh, you're an idiot if you don't approach, and it'll be a waste of a holiday if you don't try really, because it's the whole reason why you went for. And like, if I had someone threatening us saying, oh, I'm going to punch you in the face if you don't approach someone, it would have been a lot easier, but yeah, I just had to mentally prepare myself and just say to myself, if I can't find anyone who's like in the ideal scenario of sitting down on the wooden bench things that I saw that other woman, I'll have to go up and talk to someone who's like just standing up by themselves, maybe not doing anything. And so when I finished mentally preparing myself in the alleyway, I got a drink at the Family Mart. I sat on some steps and had the drink. Mostly just drank it all really. Went back to the Hep 5 shopping centre. I saw someone who was like hanging around next to some schoolgirls really. I saw she was next to the schoolgirls, like I waited for ages for them to leave, like I walked around the entire shopping centre multiple times like a moron, hoping that the schoolgirls would leave so it'd make it easier to talk to her, and then eventually they did. So I went up and talked to her. I said, oh, hello, I think you're cute and I wanted to come and say hi. She didn't speak English, so I had to use Google Translate, and it was a bit awkward because I had to type to her, and I said, asked her, oh, do you have any hobbies? And she said, oh, I like hip-hop dancing, and I said she showed us a YouTube video, and I said, oh, it's similar to break dancing, and she said, like, and then I asked her, like, oh, do you want to do anything now? And she says, oh, I've got an appointment with, it was like a card reader, like a, like them crystal ball people who tell the future, but with tarot card things. I think the only reason why I know about that is from the Cyberpunk game, where that Misty character woman was like all about them tarot card things, so that's the only reason why I know about it really. But yeah, she gave us a QR code to scan, and I couldn't connect to the internet because obviously I don't have enough money for mobile roaming thing, so I had to use the Hep 5 like install internet thing, and I tried to get it to work, but it wouldn't scan. So I said to her, oh, could I take a photograph of the QR code and see if it'll work, and then take it back home and send it to my laptop and see if I can scan it on my phone and see if it works. But it kept coming up with an error message, so it didn't work. So obviously, like, I didn't really want to like have her leave the appointment and not being able to talk to her again, really, because obviously I want to message her to make everything sure everything's going to happen. So I quickly run back to the Hep 5 shopping centre. There was I ran through the traffic lights on the red light switch you're not supposed to do when a guy in a people carrier was beeping at us and trying to quickly get past people, and I had to cut through JR station, and then but luckily she was still in the appointment, really, like, doing a card reading thing, so obviously I didn't have to rush, but obviously I didn't know that at the time, but I was sweating, but luckily I cooled down after a while. And obviously I've got really bad asthma because I think as a baby I think I had a collapsed lung, so that didn't really help, and it's probably the same sort of thing. So I've got really bad asthma. That's why I feel like when I get stressed I feel really sick because I've got really bad asthma, the same as like eating chocolate in milk. It sort of sets it off, really. So I went back and waited for an appointment to finish, and then I typed on Google Translate. It doesn't work, but I found a different way, and I found out that you can well, originally I asked her, like, oh, do you have WhatsApp and Line? I said no, and she says, oh, I've got Line because I downloaded it before I came to Japan, because I knew that people use Line in Japan. They don't really use WhatsApp or like the Facebook Messenger thing, and so I downloaded that and I tried to scan the QR code thing, but it didn't work, and like she said, oh, I don't have the phone number because it's like she uses it for a job as well, and she wanted to keep it private. So she said, oh no, it's not going to work. So I said, oh, I can't really connect to the internet. I said, is there anywhere that I can connect to the internet to? Because obviously I don't have the mobile roaming thing. So I said that I've got internet at the hotel, but I said that's far away, and she said, oh, I'll see you when we're planned to meet up. And I said, oh, well, I want to message you to make sure everything works. And she says, oh, I'm going to Hankyu Station to meet my friend. And I said, oh, can I quickly go to... Well, originally I said, can I go to JR Osaka Station, because I knew where the internet was, because that's where I went to originally to try and track down the hiding in my room guy. I went there and quickly saw if there was internet there, and there was, but it was outside a specific shop. And she said, oh no, I don't go to JR Osaka Station, I go to Hankyu Station. And she says, oh, I'm meeting my friend there. And I said, oh, can I quickly go to Hankyu Station with you to see if the internet works? And she says, well, I'm meeting my friend. And I said, can I just go quickly to see if the internet works, to get it to work and scan the QR code thing? And said, yeah, quickly, if you don't come with us on the train to meet my be with us when I see a friend, obviously. And like I said, yeah, that's fine. So I went to Hankyu Station with her, and I tried to scan the QR code thing, and it still had an error message for some reason, and it didn't work. So she said, oh, I've got Instagram. She said that, so tried to do the Instagram thing, but I couldn't remember my password. So I said, oh, I've got my password in my, wherever it is, in my in my notebook with us that this woman gave us before she died when she helped us with my maths, and it's got all of my passwords and stuff in and stuff like that. So I had to come back and get my password, and I logged in obviously, but for some reason it didn't have her as added as a friend type of thing. So I had to send her a friend request, but I'll see if she responds or not. But she still said, she'll meet up with us on Monday at 1 p.m. and I said, yeah, that's fine. I said that. But at least it's positive, really, and I'm just extremely surprised that it went well, obviously, because it's the first time ever that I've done that, really, where I've went somewhere in public and approached someone. Even Tinder was a complete failure as well. All I had was a platonic, boring conversation saying oh, how's your day, or I like your dog, and blah blah blah, and then I got bored after a while and unmatched with us, so that didn't really work out. So I'm just surprised that this worked, really, because it was the first time that I approached someone, and the people that I watch on YouTube, they say that you can't really rely on it going successfully the first time, because most of the time they usually have a boyfriend, so they just reject you. But luckily she was receptive, so it went well, luckily. So it was funny how hiding in my room said, it'll take you 3 months to get more confident, and I've just done something that he was too scared to do even when he was single. So yeah, at least that's something positive, really, and I don't have to repeat myself because nothing's changing. And that's the whole reason why I came to Japan, and to see if Google Translate would help us approaching someone, because it's the language barrier where I've got a reason to, a vague, tiny, minuscule reason to talk to someone, and luckily it helped us and it worked. But I had to insanely mentally prepare myself and call myself an idiot for not approaching and saying that it was dumb, that you were too scared. But I thought about wearing my Hawaiian shirt, because obviously I've got these hoodies, but people complain saying that it's boring and not very interesting or whatever. But I don't think I put it in my suitcase anyway, because I thought I think my mum must have ironed it, but she must have forgot it to put it in my suitcase. But hopefully no one's stolen it out of it. So I wore this, but it was hot. It was getting hot outside, so I should have worn that, really. But I would have worn it tomorrow, but I don't know if I've taken it or not. So yeah, whatever. It's just a very small suitcase, and I must have forgotten to put it in my suitcase. Hopefully no one's stolen it out of it. But yeah, at least I've done something that DBDR hasn't done, and hiding in my room hasn't done. And he's I think he's 35 now. So yeah. So he said 3 months. How about 1 day? And you give us the motivation to improve, really, with your indifference and holier than thou attitude, really. Thinking that, why is this idiot talking to me? I'm not even gonna bother engage in conversation with us. And it was just really really awkward and irritating, really, and I felt sick, and reading the chat didn't help, saying that he was a stalker weirdo trying to go and talk to him, when I thought I'd go and talk to him because it'd improve my confidence, and it didn't work. But yeah, at least I've done something today, and it's a step in the right direction, and it's a positive step forward. And then if it doesn't work out on Monday, I can just keep trying, obviously, and hopefully I can get to a point where I don't need Google Translate, and I can try and do it back in the UK, really, where I find them a bit more intimidating, really, because they have instead of the sort of like the cute sort of persona like Japanese women have, it's more of the I'm so sexy attitude of Western women, so it'll be a bit harder, really, but I think if I can try and do it here multiple times, if Monday doesn't work out, I can hopefully get better. But yeah, it's a step in the right direction, and at least it's something positive today, and like I just needed to force myself and do the hardest thing possible, and luckily I did it. And I just have to say thank you for AJ Hayden, who gave us the like the sort of like the like telling us, well, like saying what to do through YouTube videos, and like what to say to them, and like how to act with them, and like make sure you have eye contact and stuff. And yeah, and he was in a similar position when he was 19, because he had to call an ambulance. Well, I think he called an ambulance when he said he thought he was having a heart attack, but because he was too scared to talk to women. But I don't know if that was just with women or if it was like in general. But obviously, thank you to him, really. But I didn't really want to have to spend like probably like £2,000 on his course, really, and then have to fly all the way to America to meet him to try and do it, because obviously it'd be even more money, and like I'd probably try and force myself to do it, really, and I have, really. Yeah, I just needed basically a metaphoric gun to my head, really, and force myself to do it, really. And somehow I did, really, so I have to thank him for giving us the sort of the know-how of what to do, really. And I think he was in a similar position, so he knows how hard it is, unlike Daniel Lord, really, where he seems like it's just more like some autism thing, and like more like talking to women more than anything else, because he can still talk to like people that he's not really attracted to, and like just random people, but for some reason he gets scared to talk to famous people, because it's like, oh, they're better than me, so I'm scared to talk to them. So like Chris Broadway couldn't even show his like look at him or whatever, but then he moaned to me saying, oh, why is he weird doing that for, when I'm just scared talking to everyone, really, because I struggle with everyone, even if it wasn't some guy with 111k subscribers, people who don't watch anymore, because he clickbaited people and they got annoyed, and his original videos were more about like him struggling talking to people and getting better, but obviously now it's more about clickbaiting people and like doing random stuff and complaining about how he's not getting money off YouTube, and like how no one's watching his videos anymore. But I'm still doing it, and I've only got 50 subscribers now, but I had 5 subscribers and I didn't really care. It was just more of a hobby. Even if I had 5 subscribers now, I wouldn't care. It's just because I just wanted to go and see him for more confidence, and it didn't work. But maybe it was a bad idea. But yeah, I don't care really about the subscriber count. It's more just talking about my experiences, really. But I don't really know what I'll do when I get more confident. But at least it's a step in the right direction today, anyway. But I'll well, if he wants to meet up, it'll be up to him. But yous in the chat can message him if you want, but I'm not going to bother, because it was insanely mentally painful last time, so I'm not really going to bother, so it's up to him, really. And then him mocking us, saying, oh, go to Tobita Shinji, and like, oh, go and have sex with some like old granny or whatever, because you need to get better with women or whatever, when I try and do it the hard way, really, and like, or get tied up by someone because you're like a little lame little noob cake and you need to get taught a lesson. yeah, how about no? You give us the motivation to do what I did today, so thanks for that. So I'll see you in the next video. If he wants to meet up, it's up to him, but you'll have to ask him, not me. So, goodbye. And also, sorry, it hasn't been a brief update video. It's been 25 minutes, but sorry. I just thought I'd explain myself. And also, she was the woman who I talked to. She was more attractive than the first person that I talked to. So, goodbye. Even I don't know what age she is, but whatever. See you later.